by throwing questions. By throwing questions, it's those questions that will help you, as it were, to be able to bring out what is hidden. You come into a relationship. Check them, yes. Ladies, Instagram, Abi, Instagram, blah, 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 blah. That is where you will go to. But go beyond checking what that person, because what they want to see is the physical. Is the physical that that person is putting on his internet. Go a little better, deeper. Investigate by looking out for who his friends are. Even on that your Instagram page, on that your Facebook. Who are his friends? They say best of the same feather flock together. And I said here, I say, confirm your search with your heart. In other words, for instance, you are investigating somebody, you are asking questions. Whatever you find out, process it in your heart. Don't judge from the outside. Process it from your heart. Confirm the result from with your heart. I move on to letter E. Observation, we've done O for observation. B, we've done S. We said open your eyes. Take note of your blind spots. See beyond the physical. E. E, examine details. Examine details. Examine details. Always examine details. Leaders take time to examine details. Leaders take their time to examine details. Financially, if you are a financial person, an account person, figures will come in different direction. Find out the devil is in the details. That's the way the word put it. So examine the details. Not every figure they put before you as an accountant are correct figures. Observe the details. The devil lies in the details. You are a process person. All the operations, examine the details. The timing, the sequence of activity, how the duration, you examine all, because if you alter in one, if a process that was supposed to take 10 minutes takes you 12 minutes or take you 8 minutes, error could come. So processes, you as it were, you examine the details and make sure they flow. To examine could be an opportunity or a route. Not necessarily doubting loyalty. What am I saying? What I'm trying to say is that when you are a leader who examines, it's not because you are doubting people. It's not because you think they are not loyal. But also, you could wrongly assume that they are loyal by just flipping through and not examining. CEO. CEO. CEO should answer me, unmute and answer me now. Okay. I wanted to ask him a question. Bro Ikene? Okay. I keep it.
Sir.
I keep. So which one answered now? Is it CEO or Ikene?
This is Buchi.
Good. I just want you to relate, examine details to what is happening in our ministry. I said to examine could be a route to get an opportunity, not necessarily doubting loyalty. But and I also put it that also, if you don't examine, you can also misjudge loyalty. You think they are loyal to you, but they are not loyal to you. So every leader at whatever level needs to develop capacity to observe and examine details. That you examine details does not mean you don't trust those working with you. But it should also not, it should not also be an assumption that they are perfect, they are right.
Yeah.
Okay. So contracts, business, invitation letters, agreements, all these should be thoroughly examined. All this should be thoroughly examined. Find out who the friends are. Are they of questionable character? In other words, how many of us, when we are applying for a job, they will say, give a reference. Even when they give you that work temporarily, they will send out, behind you. But even in a civilized world, who have a data bank, any job they give to you, they will first of all go to their data bank and see who you are, your credit. Do you have any case of robbery? Do you have any fraudulent or a criminal case before you? That is what will determine if they give you that job. They are just being, as it were, thorough. It's not that they are single you out to doubt you, but they also don't want to assume that you are the fraudulent, you are the honest person that you think you are or they say you are. Examine. To last, examine details. To cry. To cry, carry on as usual. I don't know, I'm not sure if you're getting me. I said to live long or to last well, examine details. But if you want to cry and run into losses, carry on as usual, by assuming that everything in your right is okay. You know the Nigerian way. I have a white guy friend. He said he will tell me in Nigeria there is no problem. Everything in Nigeria, no problem, no problem. and it is in that no problem that we actually create problem. So if you want to live long, you want to be successful, examine details. But if you want to regret, if you want to cry, if you want to learn in a hard way, go on as usual without going for details. I want to give somebody who has ever entered Oriental hotels. Oriental in VI, do I call it now? So after the second talk gate, who has ever entered that place? Anybody?
I've entered.
What do you observe? What are the materials they're made of?
Renters wood, or will I call it wood or something?
It's wood. Do you know why do you think it is wood and not iron and race and all those things? Do you know why? Oriental is built on a reclaimed land. If you go to the outside of it now, you are right there by the sea. Is it also? That is a sea view around it. That building is standing on a reclaimed ground. So they minimize, and you see how many stories, they minimize the weight of all the items and the furniture in that place. Most of them are wood. Because When you reclaim a land and you now load it with heavy objects, the tendency is that that building will be sinking gradually. And scientists have been able to prove that in every year it will sink by half an inch. When we're in such an environment, 2 years, an inch. You just imagine the length of an inch in your ruler. So that is what you are losing gradually. So what building engineering does is that they took many of you. How many of you? They say they will do a soil test of where you want to build. What they want to know is that number one, the level of water and the kind of sand that you have there. Your lateral sand is different from a sandy soil. So sand they can't even hold water. So all this, that is, it involves examining details. They examine the details to know exactly what to do. That is for E. Open your eyes, take note of your blind spots, see beyond the physical, examine details. Number 5, we say number 4 is examine details. The R is re-examine details. Re-examine details. I say, don't believe everything they tell you. Don't believe every information they put before you. Don't believe every fact that is ahead of you. Re-examine those facts. Re-examine those details. I say, how many of us have come across people and say, because of you, I will give you this price. I'm selling this price because of you. We must have all come across that. And we think that it is common with Igbos. It's not just with Igbos. Every tribe has a way of doing this. It's a marketing strategy. They will smile with you. There are places you go to in a civilized world. They will sit you down. They will ask you, do you need ice cream? Do you need yogurt? Do you need water? Do you need a Coke? They will buy you all those things. They get that money back. They get that money back from you. So when next you are buying that pipe or you are buying that wire and they say, I'm giving you this price because of you, re-examine that because of you that he has said. Maybe tell him I'm coming, go to the next shop and see if that man is not cheating you. So, if for nothing, when you hear that statement in business because of you, re-examine it. I won't say this price to another person. No. I won't say that. In my language, because the odd way you are lying. Re-examine every detail. And I always tell people too that assumption is the lowest form of information. When they give you this, blah, 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 give you this first, and you assume, you are actually taking the lowest form of information. You must re-examine. I said, when you re-examine any situation, it gives you new facts. Re-examination reveals new facts. Develop the culture of re-examination. Don't just accept reports or facts. Re-examine every report. Don't just accept every report or fact. Re-examine every report. Okay. Let me see if I can take the next one within the next 5 minutes. The next letter there is V. OBSERV. V. V is verify. V is verify. And what does it mean? Verify vividly before certifying. To verify is to look at the different angles to a situation. To verify is take the facts that they have given you here to go and cross-check them at another place. To verify is a kilo of chicken here is 4,200. Let me take that fact that they have given me that is 4,200 to the next shop and find out whether it is the same thing. So you can equate verifying to certifying. You verify to certify. You verify before you approve. I say without verifying facts, you can support lies. You can certify lies. If you don't verify facts, you can actually be supporting or certifying lies. So for every report that comes before you, attempt to certify. Let me just satisfying, verifying. I want to just quickly, I think sometimes, I don't know whether I am a pastor or I am a teacher, but I think all of them are they are merging now with me. But I'm glad that there are environments I go to, I'm able to differentiate that I'm maybe facing an audience that is non-religious. But I feel quite safe in midst of you. See, this is Genesis chapter 42. Genesis chapter 42, verse 30. And let me take it from verse 29 so you can understand. And they came unto Jacob, their father, unto the land of Canaan, and told him all that befell unto them, saying, the man who is the Lord of the land spake roughly to us, and took us for spies of the country. He thought they were spies. And we said unto him, we are true men, we are no spies. Verse 32, we be 12 brethren, that is the 12 sons of Jacob, sons of our father. One is not, and the youngest is this day with our father in the land of Canaan. Verse 34, and the man, the Lord of the country, said unto us, hereby shall I know that ye are true men. Leave one of your brethren here with me, and take food for the famine of your household, and be gone. And bring your youngest brother unto me. Then shall I know that ye are no spies, but that ye are true men. So will I deliver you, your brother, and ye shall traffic in the land. So, if you remember this story, the guy doubted them. See, he said, we are from Jacob. See us. We are the 12 sons. Only one is not here. Only one is not here. The other one is David, who is with our father. Man say, if you are telling me the truth, leave one of yourself here. Go and bring the other one for me to see. Verifying to certify. Get a system to verify every information that comes your way. If you love things that are cheap, you will run into a problem. So, cheap. You must verify the quality. Verify the quality and verify their standard. Yes, it is 9:01. I just want to recap in 2 minutes and end there. The law of observation. We said in Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 11 and 12, God asks the prophet, what did you see? And the man told him what he saw, and he said, you have seen well, you have observed well. We all need to observe well in our life. I quoted Helen Keller that the greatest calamity that can happen to a man is for you to have eyes and yet you can't see. You see, it's better you were blind. And this was a blind person saying it to us now. So that tells you the distance. And I went on to say that, observation, the law of observation simply, we pick each of the words. O for open your eyes, B for blind spot, identify your blind spot, and I describe what a blind spot is. S for see beyond the physical, look beyond. And I give an example. I said, the strength of a house is not the external painting and all. You can put rubbish there and now paint it with very beautiful colors. The strength of that house is the structure inside. For instance, your foundation, you dig and bury iron rods and all those. So that is the strength that carries the house. So sometimes you must look beyond the physical, look beyond the ordinary eye. Then I say examine, E for examine details. We must examine details. The devil is in the details. And the R, I would say, is re-examine everything. In other words, the facts that have been put before the details, re-examine those details. Not saying, now because of you, now because of you. Go and check the next shop and see to be sure that it's not because of you. Or you see a beautiful CV. You verify those CV. Are many people not faking CVs and go to Google and copy and paste? So you say, I have seen your CV. It is detailed. No, re-examine them. Then the last one is the V, verify. In other words, you verify before you certify. The details that you have seen, all the figures before you, you verify them. Accountant will say, for me to, before an accountant will pay you, the first thing he will do is that he will call for the APO they gave you to supply. Next thing is that the good received note, GROD, that is, as you come in, the paper that comes from the store confirming that they deliver according to the APO, you will add it there. Then the final receipt from the supplier. So he needs 3 different documents he will put together before he can authorize. So what he's simply doing is that he's re-examining the details. And he will verify even those details to certify. Before he will now stamp, he will pin all those 3, the original, the request, which is the LPO, the good received GRN, the GRN, good received note, he will put it there. Then the sales invoice or the supply delivery, the delivery invoice, you put them together. Then he will now mail it on it. Okay, approved for payment. That's just a practical way of it in your life. So V we say is verify. You have the A, you have the T, you have the I, you have the O, you have the N. I think I will like to deal with all those ones by the next class. So, I rest my case, gentlemen and women. The law of observation. Hello, house.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I am done.
Hello, sir. Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
very much. We have this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Hi, sir.
All right.
We enjoyed
All right.
I'm grateful, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. What is the secret today? More people are responding than ever. Otherwise, the only two voices out here is either maybe three. Joshua, Henry, and my young lady. So you see, observation is necessary everywhere you go, everywhere you are, any day, anytime. So, any question?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, you have a dog now or something?
It's not you. It's somebody else.
Okay, sir. That nice one over the weekend, though. Was it on Friday?
Okay, the
You
silver
went
bed.
out. Yes, sir. Nice one, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, sir. That is a very fantastic one. More
Thank you.
grace, more
Amen. Oh,
giftings to the book and the movement, sir.
amen. Amen.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
So we expected the recap because some of us were not online to check.
Eh?
I was expecting the recap of the show. You said you
I
were
did
going
now. I sent to the platform now. I sent it today.
okay, I'll check it. Sir.
Check. I sent it today.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. All right.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to ask the question. Clarification.
Please shoot.
So, yes, asking questions is key. And asking the right question, knowing how to ask the question at different levels of asking question. So this is clarification. But that's not my focus. But I just wanted to point out because there's a way you ask questions, you won't get anything.
Yes.
So, but how? Or there's a way you want to see clarification, you will hurt yourself, or they will take it the other way around.
They think you are doubting them or you are questioning their integrity.
Yeah. But that's not my focus. If my focus now, the question is, maybe you can speak on that for everybody's purpose. But my question is, yes, there's an unseen hand in any corporate or business environment, which is the politics part of it.
No, they don't call it politics. It's the culture, the work culture.
Office politics. So I'll call it office politics.
You are being wrong.
Yes, office politics, which is things happening that's not written.
Okay.
So they will tell you something, but there are some things that is not written.
Yes.
So how do you manage
such situation?
One, how do you manage that? Because of your principle to life, there are some things you can't. You don't want to be involved, but it's in the atmosphere. So how do you balance that? For us that we are calling CEO, that's where we are playing now.
Yes. I said that I was not going to make it sound as if it is it is I'm in the church preaching. But what I actually put a note here to say that seek the wisdom of God to observe. You understand? Seek the wisdom of God to observe. Seek the wisdom of God to ask the right question that you should ask. Let me give you a very practical life experience. I went into UAC. And in UAC, there are two ways you can join that organization. You come through management training. And the management training is open only to the sons and grandsons of people who USD is a very old company, United African Company. That's the name. So it's a very old company that was being run by the white. So up till tomorrow, it is an unwritten record that you cannot become a managing director if you don't come through that management training. And those who come through that management training are people who have either their grandfather, their grandmother, or one is an unwritten code. And when you enter, the day you enter, it is still an unwritten code. They have what they call the flyer box. The flyer box is that you have box A, B, C. You know that when they see a flyer box, if you are in box A, box means that they will put your name as a flyer. Those are the ones that can, in future, can ever become the managing director of any of the UST units. If you are in block B, or they call it flyer B, those are the ones that can become, executives. And how do they, if you ask them, how do they point out this one? What is the decision? What are the standards? Like I've just told you, number one, trace the history of every USA. You are either a Yoruba man, not just a Yoruba man, and Ekiti. Now, Lagos not get strength for where they did. One Ekiti, one will hand over to another Ekiti. Or you are either a Calabar man or Akwa Ibom. That is the way it is. Because the very first person was UAC, the black man in the West was Ernest Shoneko. In the other side of it, it was Ujoho. Ujoho was an Akwa Ibom. So those ones have programmed that place to follow that pattern. So if you come into that environment and you don't observe, you come into that environment, you don't ask questions. Some of us got when we realized where we were, I realized that when I was going to apply for my master's, they were telling me I have to go and read MBA technique. I said, why? And I have looked at it, that for those of us who are science students, they push us into production, push us to the technical. And the highest thing you can ever get is technical director. And I looked at the person who was the technical director. He was a first-class graduate in London and came. Yet, small children, they will push you into marketing. Marketing, Unjoho publicly told us that this business is market-driven. That was the day I made up my mind that, number one, this business is market-driven. I'm a technical person. Number two, I am not from Akwa Ibom. I'm not from Ekiti or Ogun State. I have no future in this place. I bolted out. So, back to your question, I'm just trying to tell you that you still need wisdom of God to decipher. That's why I said you see with your eye, but observe with your heart. And your heart is the house of God. It is only God that can teach you how to navigate in those environments. But it were better you see it, observe it, and I mentioned in a particular sentence now. If you go through the recording today, I'm glad I said, I say you can be untrained, but pass the interview with the heart. It's the heart that matters. And that's why I follow it up. I say it is not the strength of a house is not the outward. So in other words, and I said you need the wisdom of God. That's the truth. So even in what you call office politics, it is the message of God. Joseph was a slave. Joseph navigated himself way up and he became the prime minister. The culture did not favor him. Don't tell me that they were not gossiping with him. Don't tell me they didn't throw him into prison. So that is the way it is. You see, whatever we must be in life, there is always a God factor in it. That's the gospel truth. There is a God factor. But the point is, I want Christians to understand that it is not only limited to God can, as it were, accelerate. But that does not mean you should go and rest on your oars. Does not mean you go and sleep and pray without being diligent even at the work or doing what is right. That's the way it works. I don't know if I have a fairly, like you also mentioned the issue of question, know what question to ask. That's where the wisdom of God comes in. Your tone, your mannerism will determine the response you get to any question. I hope I have tried to answer you, CEO, and for the benefit of others, because I know you asked that question for the benefit of others.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. Any other question?
Augustine, thank you very much for the question. Like the convener said, I think it's really for the benefit of everyone on the platform. And your response was quite apt to that question. Thank you very much for that. More understanding, sir. God bless you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, sir.
All
For
right.
enlightening me on that, sir.
Okay.